It is really hot today. Phew. So anyway, I have been binging on videos from YouTube user and very open feminist activist Marina Watanabe, also known as Marinashutup. And one of her recent videos gave me some inspiration. This one right here. So I basically wanted to do the same thing, make a video talking about my mental illnesses and my personal issues, my stresses, my dramas. And I'm sure that should be pretty interesting to my 28 subscribers, which might increase, I don't know. But damn, my Ariel Scarcella video did better than I thought it would, so awesome. To summarize my latest struggle, this has been like a really busy month. So much shit has gone on. And for the past couple of weeks, I've only been getting one day off a week. It's been like suffocating. It's been like being squeezed like a tube of toothpaste. Today, before and between the times I have looked at this phone camera, I have finally managed to do some laundry, do a little bit of grocery shopping, and get my oil changed. My God, I thought I would never be able to do it, but finally, some energy, a little bit of free time to do it. And I gotta be at work at 11 tonight. Not that I'm complaining, I enjoy having a job. I'm glad I get some overtime. But damn, sometimes I think, I mean, I have a vacation coming up, but sometimes it can't come soon enough. Oh, Jesus. Now that was how I began my month. I graduated from college. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. It was stressing, but somehow I think I got everything I needed out of the way, and I graduated. I was afraid to graduate at first, but after I did it, I felt pretty proud of myself. I thought, if I have a degree now, I'm not thinking that I'm going to be able to get as many jobs as probably somebody who majored in biochemics or whatever, but still, I probably stand a pretty good chance, and I can finally start saving up, job hunting, and make my move to Denver, Colorado like I plan to. But as of yet, it's been weeks now. That was May 5th. Now it's May 29th, I think. May 30th. I don't fucking know anymore. But I have yet to receive my diploma in the mail, so I am just a tad bit worried about that. But that ain't all, Buster. That ain't all. Not too long after my graduation, a family member of mine began fucking up, basically. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of this family member's relation to me, but this person is a she, and this person has a history of lying, theft, and drug abuse. 1 second here. 1 second. So yeah, they have made a lot of trouble recently. And up until a few weeks ago, they were living with my mother. And my mother has been having a hard time herself. Back in 2014, my mother was a stroke victim. So things have been tough for her. It's been a rough past few years. And basically, the whole side of the family is looking after her, doing our best to help her out as much as we can. Being her youngest child, and the only one she had with my father, I do my best to stay in her life, and I was even considering bringing her to Colorado with me because of the stress of that situation. This family member of mine who was living with her was just going crazy, just all out acting insane, crying all the time, always asking for money, and just acting like a goddamn psycho. And this is not new from this person. They have been like this for years. This family member lived with me for years until I just couldn't stand anymore, and when I had the opportunity, I kicked them out. And believe me, it wasn't an easy decision, and it was a decision that was a long time in coming because they'd been living with me for over 3 years. And over the 3 years that they lived with me, they put me through mental abuse, constant insults, stealing money from me and never admitting to it, constantly asking me to borrow money, asking me to lend money to her friends, just endlessly. It's just, I cannot keep a goddamn bit of money in my wallet. If there was any money in my wallet, $1 or a $20 bill, gone. Take my eye off my wallet for 1 second, that money is gone. And she never admits to it. And I just got to the point where I was just like, I think I was going insane. I didn't know what to believe because I was kind of isolated in that living situation with this person. And just the constant drama, just I could not get any peace. They lived in this tiny little home with me, and I was afraid to be here. I was stuck in this very room for the most of the time because I had none of the house to myself. Yet I was expected to pay for everything. I paid the rent, I paid for cable, I paid for electricity, I paid for their phone bill along with my phone bill, I paid for the gas. I mean, it was an abusive situation because I could not get them to even try to even consider getting a job. Her son was living here as well, and the excuse was always, I'm going to be there for my son. And pressure was always put on me, guilt was always put on me to be just the unquestioning worker, to just let her get everything her way. It was endless for so long, and I mean, I cried so many times. I talked to anybody who would listen because I could not get her to listen. Because it's one thing if you ever have, if you're ever close to somebody who's a drug addict or has some sort of narcissistic problem, there's just no getting through to them. Nothing is ever their fault. You try to talk to them, you try to explain to them how much their actions hurt you, all the damage they've done, and they will not listen. Just nothing gets, it just goes, it ricochets right off their fucking forehead. And everything is everybody else's fault. And it's your fault for, being mean to them, for, trying to get some sense into them. Because, if you don't cave in and give them money, and all this shit that they ask for, money, paying every fucking bill, and not moving out after you threatened to. And I threatened to move out at one point. I was saying, I'm just going to leave you here. I got to get away. Because nothing was mine. My car wasn't mine. My money wasn't mine. Nothing was mine. I was this person's bitch. And I just was too afraid to get out of it, I mean, if it's not an abusive situation, I don't know what is. I mean, there wasn't physical assault, but there were threats of it. And there was attempts to get me to assault her, so she could tell people that I was the mean one. And so she could call police on me. She was trying her hardest to push me over the edge. There was no way I could get by in this situation, either complete subjugation or I end up with nothing at all. She knew I was afraid, and she used it. She had me under her thumb. Oh my God, you don't know how good it feels to talk about this. Maybe I'm getting too personal, but it just feels so good. So, for a person like me who deals with depression, sensitivity to noises, and social anxiety, I'm sure one can imagine how it might feel to have to deal with all these stresses with an abusive person. Which is why it was good for them to not be living with me anymore, even though they still bugged me whenever they could, They somehow avoided jail with their ultimate fuck-up, but still, they expected me to bring them money and wanted me to spend every fucking free minute of my days, which I barely had any of, to go to where they were and bring them all a bunch of stuff, to bring them Pepsi and their clothes, all the junk they left at my home. Somehow I became the permanent storage unit, and just, regardless of what they put me through, I'm expected to still do everything for them. So I shut them out a good deal for a while, but this past year, I was a sucker. Because I try to be a forgiving person, I try to be a loving person, and I try to encourage people when I think they're doing good. And I thought she had gotten better. So I helped her out with a few things here and there. I bought her a cell phone, got her started on Cricket Wireless as a kind of a gift, as a way of saying, hey, good on you. I'm hoping you're doing better. This is a nice present. I hope you're going to keep doing good. I hope you will take this present and do good with it and get a good life started off. But I could not have been more wrong, because every time things didn't go absolutely her way, or she got a tick about something, and I dared not to cater to her every little whim, she was the same person as always. The insults, the screaming at me, the threats, trying to hold me under her thumb. And every time I tried to talk to her, every time I tried to argue with her to get my point through, she does the same, finds these little ways to derail me. I get all overwhelmed, emotional, trying to talk to her, and she will get these little jabs in, saying, "Oh, don't talk to me like you're gay. You know you're gay. Just admit that you're gay." Just little things to do to piss me off, to try to derail me, to make me feel insecure, make me feel weak. Because she knew it worked to a good degree. She knew it just pissed me off. It worked to either shut me up or to put me in a rage. Because she knew the more angry she makes me, the more violent I would feel. And I would never hit her, but I would scream till my voice was hoarse. And if you think I talk all effeminate and annoyingly, you should fucking hear me scream. I might sound like I'm a light fey person as I talk to you with this Southern Ohio twang of whatever I have, but when I was so angry at this person, I would fucking scream. I would go for my diaphragm and just bark at her, because that was how angry she made me. But it was playing into her game. Basically, a way of saying that I'm the mean one and she's the victim. But my mother began to suffer this abuse as well. She made good use of my mother being distressed, having a broken ankle along with that, and with her stroke on top of it. She used my mother's weakness against her. I was at my mom's home for 4 hours, and my mom is breathing frantically, just desperately trying to end the situation that's going on. And this person will not shut up. They will not go away. They keep starting drama. They keep bringing up all bunch of silly things to make my mother feel weak and insecure and horrible. And my poor mother is like a bag of bones. She's just breathing terribly. She's sweating, gasping for air. And I'm just like desperately trying to protect her. I'm rubbing her back. And I'm wanting this family member to just go away. At one point I yelled, "Stop," but she would not shut up. She just kept going on, yelling all this stuff. And what that really upsets me about this family member is how big of a fucking hypocrite they are. I guess that just goes to show with their condition, being an addict and a narcissist, but as I said, everything that she does is everybody else's fault. Yet she will never admit to any mistakes she's ever made. Nothing she's done in the past she can ever own up to. It's always, "Oh, that's in the past. I gotta get over it. It's in the past. I don't want to talk about it. I gotta let it go." But yet, everything she was bringing up against my mother happened. This stuff supposedly happened over 40 years ago. But yet, it was constantly worth bringing up in my mother's face to scream at my poor mother. My poor mother can do nothing but breathe heavily, cry, pulling out tissues, and yelling, "Shut up!" To which she would not shut up. I started talking to people in Colorado, finding places I could help my mother move to, and they would not shut up so I could hear the people on the phone. But within a few days, with the help of other family members, this person was kicked out of my mom's home. And at this point, I just don't think I cared anymore. But then, after a few days, they start hitting me up for money. And just with all that I heard was going on, just with how shattered my faith in this person was, I decided to take a stand. No, I'm not giving you more money. You're going to be alright. You don't need money from me. You'll be alright. And of course, they don't take no for an answer. And immediately it's the same stuff all over again. The guilt tactics, and refusal to admit to mistakes they've made, refusal to admit to all they do wrong, all they've done wrong. Because I had a feeling that she was not going to use this money for what she said she was going to use it for. She supposedly needed the money to buy food and stuff. But it's like, how fucking stupid do you think I am? I know what you're going to use the money for. I know what you've always used the money for. I mean, really. I mean, this is an addict here, so you could probably use your imagination. But, no admitting to it. And immediately this person, who is in their 40s, in their 40s, starts texting me, acting like a goddamn teenage brat. And I'm just like, you know what, fuck off. And, but yet hours later, texting me again, and I get off work, because I have a night shift job. I originally had this night off, but one of my managers called me, asked me to come in because a person was needed, because somebody was sick. And I said, okay, I can't, as much as I needed a night off, I can't leave somebody suffering. I will come in and I will work those hours. I'll get the extra money, and I'll help somebody out. So I do that. And then finally, in the morning my shift ends, so I go to just try to relax, have a coffee and a muffin at my favorite coffee shop in town. And this family member ambushes me there. Here she just shows up, trying once more to get that money. And I try to stand my ground. I say, nope, I'm not going to do it. You're going to be okay. I can't keep doing this to you. It has to end. You're not getting any money. You'll be alright. You're going to make it. You don't need my help. If nobody else gives you money, I don't have to give you money either. Okay? No more. And so they stomp off, saying, don't ever ask me for anything again. I'm like, whatever, fine. Whatever, cool. If you repair your life, if you ever make it turn a new leaf, you can come back around. I'll happily talk to you. I'll happily hang around. But as long as this shit continues, no. But they don't stop. They don't leave me alone. They keep texting me. And then the text starts turning to threats, saying they're going to come in my home and get their stuff. And I say, the stuff has been in the house, in my home for years now. You haven't picked it up. I don't want you at my home anymore. No. I'll gather the stuff and I can leave it outside for you to pick up or whatever. But I don't want you coming in my home. But yet they keep send me messages, pretty much threatening to just come into my home whenever they please. Nothing I say or do is convince them otherwise. They were just so used to having me under their thumb, for me being afraid of them, that they were just playing their card there. And if they weren't going to get money out of me, they were going to really throw their weight around one way or another. And so, I don't know, I like to say, look, if you come into my home, if you break into my home or whatever you're planning on doing, I'm going to call the police. And they say, oh yeah, well, I'm going to call the police. And then they start threatening me, tell me to come to my home right now. They say they have their social worker with them, they're going to go to the police, and I'm threatened, and they're threatening me, saying, come home right now. Meet in front of the trailer right now. So, yeah. And so, knowing how psychotic this person can be, I was really starting to fear for my life. I was thinking, they're going to kill me. They're bluffing on what they're saying. They're going to come to my home and they're going to stab me or something. They are just this angry that I'm refusing to give in to their demands anymore, that they're going to kill me. I was legitimately afraid. And so I warned my landlady. I said, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but something's about to happen. And so I get home as fast as I can, and here they come out with their social worker, of course, and they immediately began making fun of me, calling me stupid, and mocking my vocal habits, mocking me as I was starting to cry because I was getting so frustrated. I was just trying to say, why won't you just leave me alone? Take a hint. I don't want you in my life anymore. Leave me alone. And I just with their social worker or caseworker or whoever she was trying to talk to me, I just break down in tears. I just sit down and I bawl. I'm just like saying to this caseworker, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a criminal. I'm not. I just want them to leave me alone. They want money from me so they can buy drugs and stuff. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep being their slave. I gotta have my own life. They have to take care of their own shit for once. They can't always expect somebody else to take care of them while they take no blame whatsoever for everything they do. So basically, yeah, that ended. Yeah, with the caseworker as the mitigator, finally, they leave, and I agree to get some of the stuff for them. And the caseworker said that she'd come by in a few days and pick it up. And I agreed to that because I just wanted this all to be over. So I have a little breakdown cry. I talked to my landlady about the situation, and I spent a few hours just staring at the ceiling because I was just legitimately, like, that was the first time I've had a cry in a long time. First time I've just broken down sobbing, snot, and tears because I just didn't know what to do anymore. I felt so helpless, and I wanted other members of my family to come help me or something because while this person will not listen to me, while she doesn't take me seriously, and while she'll derail me when I try to stand up to her by calling me gay and making fun of my talking movements and calling me pussy and all these things and threatening to, have her junkie friends kick the shit out of me, all this stuff. She won't try it with my other family members. She knows to be afraid of them. She knows they will not let her step on them. But for me, she knows she has that advantage because I am timid and I try to be a good person and I have anxiety and all this such and I have depression. So, yeah. After that, I just tell this person, I text them one more time, say, I'm blocking you, leave me alone. And they get in a jab saying, you gotta get over this paranoid shit. And with that, I just say, leave me alone. And I've managed to block them. I blocked them on Facebook, and I blocked them from texting me or calling me on my phone. It didn't quite feel good, honestly. I mean, it felt good, but it just made me think, well, it's not going to get rid of them. They're still going to come by and bother me. They're going to try to break into my home. They're going to do all this stuff to terrorize me. And that was the ultimate fear of it. So adding on to that, I do other stuff this month. I try to make friends feel better. I have some friends who have these down moments where they feel down because, they're trying really hard to make their passions work. And it isn't quite going their way. And there's nothing I can really do to help them. I do my best, but, I do not have the expertise they do in their craft. So best I can do is offer a helping hand and hope that things work out. So I help this person best I can through just having it being a shoulder to lean on. And I help my housemate going through his trouble, and I try to help myself. I try to keep myself positive. Keep saying I'm going to move to Colorado eventually. I did graduate from college, even though I still have yet to get my degree, and I have no idea what the fuck's going on there. I wish somebody would talk to me. If I'm not going to get my degree, I wish somebody would let me know why. But yeah, there's that. And there's all the work hours. And for a few weeks straight, I think I have not had more than one day off. And it's been kind of really stressing on that, Today, like I said earlier, I was able to finally do some laundry and do some grocery shopping and get my oil changed. Because when you have an overnight job and you work close to 60 hours a week, it's hard to have energy. When you finally get that day off, all you want to do is sleep. And you can bet your ass that's all I did yesterday. I slept for hours. I barely ate. I had like 2 pieces of pizza left over from the day before, and that was all I ate. I was like a dead corpse. And I happened to have a nightmare about this family member trying to stalk me, like on a computer or something, in this old house that I used to live in. out in the country, and they just pop up on the computer screen saying, "Hey, Shane, you can't get rid of me. I need money." And I wake up right in the moment of the dream where I'm frantically trying to shut off the computer so I can get away from them. So, thanks to inspiration of watching Marina Watanabe's videos, I wanted to kind of get that out. Let anybody who watches know my personal drama. Now, I know I only have 28 subscribers. I'm not a popular YouTuber, but maybe some of my past few videos got a little bit of attention. My Ariel Scarcella video so far has 8 likes, 2 dislikes, and over 100 views. Now, a lot of those views are probably my own because I obsessively will watch my own videos, evaluating my performance, how I talk, my ugly speech mannerisms, my constant tongue clicking, and my horrible breathing habits because I have this really weird shaped nose. I can hear my wheezy breathing when I'm watching these videos, so I'm really self-critical. But I have some faith that this video might be watched. And it just goes to show, lots of people have stressful lives. Not just half Japanese, feminist 24-year-old women in California, but 34-year-old heterosexual weirdo dudes living in Southern Ohio as well. We all have our issues, and, there's me, the bipolar, misophonia suffering, social anxiety suffering, probably graduated from college with a degree in sociology, hoping to move to Denver, Colorado, and working close to 60 hours a week. That's me. That's my existence. Here you are, a different kind of brand of SJW. You might not like me. I might not have the best camera quality. I might not have the best editing quality. But here I am, and here's my problems. Here's my issues. Mock me or love me. Either one. I need something. I need human connection. I need human touch. Because goddamn, I haven't had a date in a long time. And I could use some human interaction. Please.